Hi, so my name is Alon Werber, and I thank all of you for spending time. And for some reason, I don't see here. Okay, over there, sorry. And I'll talk for only 7 or 8 minutes. I'll steal 1 minute if that's fine, about how AI can help revolutionize sport production space. And let me start with a short quiz. In which of these cities, large cities, do you think sits the company that produces more live sports events than any other company in the world? I'm sure you're guessing that in none of these, because there's another large metropolitan called Petah Tikva, and actually the most produced hours in the world are done now from a company in Petah Tikva, and this is the company that we and my colleagues here are running for a few years. And Pixellot effectively has producing much more sport hours than anyone else, including ESPN or any large broadcaster you can think about live. And the reason we can do that, naturally, we are not designed to do it for NBA, but to the rest of the sport I'll talk about in a minute. The reason we can do it is because we can automate all the pieces, the filming, the production, the streaming, the graphics, the commentation, and we can do it because of the AI. AI and, of course, other technologies like computer vision and algorithm. So Pixellot produces more than 40,000 hours monthly. That's around a game every minute and a half, and it's growing rapidly. I'll show you in a minute. We are covering more than 5,000 fields of 12 types of sports: basketball, soccer, volleyball, rugby, ice hockey, and others. And we have gathered more than 400,000 hours of sport on our AI platform, which allows us to keep improving the accuracy and add more and more data layers. Let's see some of the stuff we do. Just to give you a sense, in January 17, that was only 2.5 years ago, we were producing around 700 hours a month, and it's more than 42 hours 2 years later. So this is a booming space, really. So where are we focusing? I'm not sure you are all aware, but only 1% of the games in the world of leagues and registered players, not 2 kids in a park, only 1% is produced. And the rest is not produced. I think it's obvious why, because the audiences are smaller typically, and the costs are prohibitive. And this is the economic paradigm that we were able to solve. And the other issue is that people who see their son or lower leagues or even professional league, which is not broadcasted because we do also professional volleyball leagues and others, are expecting the same type of experience they have in the TV and more, because they want it interactive, they want short clips, they want highlights. Let's see some of the stuff. There's around 200 million games like that. This is a large potential market if you can find the right model to work there. And what we actually see ourselves as a company that is democratizing sport. We allow to deliver much more sports at a fraction of the cost, and that includes women's sports, niche sports, semi-pro sports, local teams, and even professional leagues which are not produced today. This is all done today. These are not future plans. What it does to the industry, it adds a lot of new fans, because there might be a woman somewhere that want to see women's sport, but not men's sport, and suddenly this is accessible, or her son playing. But it also adds all those, let's call it emotional moment and engagement points to existing fans. So I'm not a fan of, I'm not seeing only Real Madrid and the Spanish national team, but also my son and also the local team of my hometown. So this is the revolution we're talking about. Let's see some of the games around the world, and you see variety of sports. Clearly, when you go to lower tiers, sometimes the infrastructure is not as good. It still needs to work. Everything needs to be done automatically. And if you can achieve that, you have a very interesting market and a very emotional space that you can penetrate. Let's see some more. Behind the scene, what happens is that we follow all the moving objects. We are calibrated to the venue. We understand the positions of each player all the time. And we understand the state of the game. based off understanding the state of the game, we will replicate what a professional cameraman will do on the right-hand side. This is a virtual frame now. I'm capturing the entire venue all the time, but also I'm having a virtual frame. And the more games I have, the accuracy will get better and better, but not only of the visual, I can start collecting more and more data based only on computer vision and AI. Let's see some stuff. So this is a game that was done with ESPN. Is there volume here? We capture the ambient noise, and we can incorporate graphic, as you see, from the cloud automatically, and also highlights. So this is a good production already. You'll see that in more advanced production, we can add also sideline cameras and imitate a more advanced production. This is a soccer game, the same concept. Of course, each one of those sports requires different AI package and different algorithm and different type of challenges. This is a more advanced production, again, with ESPN. So we're working with partners around the world, and we are serving colleges, high schools, 600 fields in Germany, 2,500 high schools in the US, women's sport in Argentina, third league in Germany, third league in Spain. This is a real revolution. As soon as the OTT came in and solved the bottleneck of the distribution side, if you solve the content creating side, you have a huge business that you can deal with, not only for Pixellot, for many other providers, sponsorships, and a lot of new opportunities for the industry. This is automated game highlights. So we understand that this is a basket now or an assist, and we can create live and after the game a short, snackable view of the game, a highlight. And these are specifically our German partners. As I said, there's 1,000 systems sold in Germany, 600 are already installed, mostly soccer, but also volleyball and others. And the next step will be personalized, also AI, also automatic. So in this case, we can track based on this one camera. Remember, we set the camera once, no moving objects. We forget about it for 5 years, indoor or outdoor. We detect the numbers of the players, and if we do that, and we understand it's a basket, we can create personal clips. And this is, for example, a game, personal clip game, which was produced merely only based on visual. There's no other input. If you have play-by-play or commentator, it's easier, but in some of those leagues, you don't have all of that. So as you have the video in, you can start adding layers of value for the fans, for the parent, for the alumni, but also for the coach and scout. This is how you tie, this follows this kid in blue, the entire game. He'll have his own personal clip, but also the data. So it's as you see, we can produce new type of content which was not produced, but also add layers which do not exist in the broadcasting today, because it's AI. I need to finish soon, I understand. Okay, I'll be very quick. So the AI helps on the live and on demand level, on the heavy snackable highlights, personalized is based on AI. And just to finish with the view, or at least my view on this industry, how AI will impact this industry. So on the y-axis, you have the number of events. In youth, there's many of them, and professional, few of them. And as the audience goes smaller and smaller, you can automate it. And that's it. So this will expand to the entire market. Thank you. And